Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Quick 18 podcast. I'm your host, Dave Schultz. I'm alongside my co-host, Andy Carroll. Andy, welcome back to the show.
Good to be back. Week 4, it's flying.
This has been fun. 4 straight weeks. Now, we just talked about this off air. We have a week off next week because we're both competing. We'll get to that in segment 3, but it has been a lot of fun so far, and thank you, everybody, for tuning in. Real quick, thanks a lot to our moms. We have #1 fans.
Yeah. Shout out Carrie.
Yeah, shout out Maureen. The 2 of our 4 viewers are loving this show, so we'll keep going just for the moms, if nothing else. This show is today brought to you by The Hole in One Show. Check out The Hole in One Show on YouTube, youtube.com/@TheHIO Show. Now, last week, we had a great show. Check it out, this little clip from the Leonard episode.
What's up at Leonard? It's happening. The weather's been great this fall, and things are still cooking. A lot of company parties, events. We've got that banquet edition that we've picked up a lot of events. We had a groom's dinner just Friday night, and it's happening.
You're always the first to open and the last to close, right? And even if it's a winter with no snow like last year, how often were you open all 12 months last year?
We missed January. We were open the other 11.
Yeah, there was hardly any snow, and that's great. It's always a fun spot to be, and I appreciate you being here. Now, your daughter's here, but Cody's not. We got to give Cody a little bit of grief here.
Yeah, well, Cody had a wedding last night, and he still was in his tuxedo this morning. So I told him it would class up the place if he showed in his tux, but he tagged in Dad.
That is fantastic.
Leonard's always a fun show. It's great to have them on. Now, this week on the Hole in One Show, it's the junior episode, one of the favorites. It's the 5th of 9 episodes in season 6. The juniors are on the tee, and Andy, you were there that day of filming. It's fun watching juniors.
So fun. I mean, to see the modern swings and these kids come out and be able to compete, and probably their first time they'll ever swing a golf club on TV. So super fun to see the kids, and they can hit it.
That's right. Now, recap of last week on the PGA Tours of Zurich in New Orleans. We have a season-long money list going. I took Hoagie and Horschel. Well, Horschel WD before the tournament, so Hoagie had an alternate, which was Kevin Chappell. They made the cut, but they finished last, 36,000. And Andy, you had Poston, right?
Yep, JT
Okay.
Poston.
They played pretty well.
They had it going for a while. At one point, they were down there. I think they were maybe T18 minus 21. Big last day, -7. Final day and all shot. That was
You made a little bit of a comeback this week, 113,000. So I'm at 4.3 million. Thank you, Rory. And you're at just under 2 million. And now our picks for this week, which is the CJ at TPC Craig Ranch. Now I know TPC Craig Ranch pretty well. A lot of pressure pack moments there playing second stage like 2 decades ago. But favorite and a sleeper this week. Andy, who do we have?
For my favorite, and are we, just to clarify, are we going where once you pick them, it's done for the year, or is this just for a value option?
Sure, why not?
Yeah,
These
right.
2 guys are new for me. Let's do it.
All right. Well, I will not be going to the favorite, Mr. Scotty Scheffler. I will be going a little bit further down the board to a guy who grew up down there and is really good on the Bermuda. I'm going to go Sam Burns.
Oh, okay.
Very
good.
That's going to be my first pick. Then we're going to go down, and Sam Burns, the race there is plus 3,000. And then we're going to scroll down a little bit further. And we're going to find a guy who finished solo 3rd this past week with Frankie Sappin, Mr. Jake Knapp.
We got a crossover.
Oh, you got
We
Knapp?
have a crossover. Okay, tell me why you're taking Jake.
Jake last year's played in the event 1 year, finished top 10.
Okay.
And, he's in a good rhythm. And, coming off a solo 3rd last week, obviously it was a team event, but played some really good golf. And
this is funny.
Yeah.
Maybe I didn't understand the assignment. I have Jake as my favorite. So I'm kind of going sleeper at the lead.
Okay.
Well, I'm up 2 million, so I got to give a little space
plus
here.
6,000. I don't know if that's a favorite.
Yeah, I know. So I know.
Scotty's
he
at
wasn't
plus
that far
280.
down. So
Yeah.
Jake Knapp, I have Jake Knapp as my, I guess, best option. And then my next is, this guy could go one of 2 ways, but I'm bringing in Joel Damon. After what happened a couple weeks ago, you follow a little bit more than me. Talk about what happened a couple weeks ago. I think his game is in good shape. I'm hoping he bounces back, clearly, because I'm picking him.
Yeah, Joel, that was devastating to watch. Obviously, a couple short misses coming down the stretch, and but the way he owned up to it in his post-round presser, it could have been super easy to just walk away from the cameras and say, I'm not doing media.
Yeah.
I just missed a 2.5-foot monumental putt for his career. But he stood in front of it, answered it. And I think Joel's one of those guys where, especially after that Full Swing documentary came out, might have push people the wrong way. And then once they got to see kind of inside of his full story and what he's gone through, I think that's
professional golf is brutal.
He is, yeah.
It is brutal for everybody, and he wears it on his sleeve. He's not afraid of it. It's pretty cool. Plus, his caddy's got a great story too.
Yeah.
So, interesting week for Tom. He's looking forward to playing with Billy. He knew he was going to play with him, and then he pulled out late before the tournament, and he gets filled with Kevin Chappell. Now, I know Kevin really well. Played with him multiple times, a couple times on the Nationwide Tour back in the day, and actually once in a PGA Tour event to play with him and Keegan Bradley at the Puerto Rico Open in 2011. But the one time I played with him in Chattanooga, a great story for Kevin. He can run a little hot, as we all can on the golf course. Maybe we get to your Vegas situation real quick. But we can all run a little hot, and it was the final round of Chattanooga, 16th hole. We're near the end of the tournament, so we're out of it, right? And we used to have these little blue Nationwide tee markers on the tee. And on the right side of the tee, we par 3, missed the green, and he went just butter knife. He just sliced this square Nationwide Tour thing just in two. And there's nobody watching. So it's just us two, our two caddies, and he looks at me, he's like, don't tell anybody. I'm like, no, you're good. Your secret's fine with me. We're the second group out. I'm pretty sure the entire field will know it's one of us two. So
no spectators even on property
yet. If they ask
yet.
me if it's me, sorry, Kevin, it was you. So we laughed about that later a couple of years ago in 2011 when we played. But yeah, that's kind of unique. You're looking forward, Tom, you're looking forward to playing with a guy. Then all of a sudden you got a new partner. It's kind of a weird deal.
Yeah, especially in those alternate shot formats. You probably have been talking the past couple weeks, maybe trying each other's golf ball out, etc.
Yes.
Yep. And so to have that thing just, Billy backing out last minute, it's too bad for Tom, but paycheck.
I think Tom's taking a breather this week. I didn't see him in the field.
Yeah.
He's not in the field.
I don't think he is either.
No, and that's
Probably
down the street.
so.
It's an hour away from where he lives, but
yeah.
That takes discipline too. To say no to a tournament takes discipline. I don't know if he has something on his schedule, but if he's at home practicing in the PGA Tour that you travel all over the world to play on as an hour down the street,
yeah,
that's a commitment to his schedule, isn't it?
It is, and I think you can overdo yourself early. Yep. And the way that Tom's been playing, my guess is he's probably getting into just about anything he wants the rest of the year. With his tournaments this year. So.
I think that shows that he's gearing up for the majors.
Yeah.
If you're saying no to a tournament hour down the street, you're gearing up for the majors. And that brings me to our trivia question, which we're going to do in segment 3. It's going to have to do with the PGA Championship in Quail Hollow. So that's the recap of the PGA Tour, and looking forward to the CJ in Dallas this week. Stay with us. Up next, it's our first ever guest on the Quick 18 podcast. One very special guest for FCC Club Confidential right after this. Season 6 of the Hole in One Show, presented by Bell Bank and Shields, is now airing on KVLY and KFYR. Tune in Sunday nights at 10:35 to see if these amateur golfers have what it takes to navigate their nerves when the cameras are rolling. Each contestant gets 2 shots, and one in the hole wins a brand new Cadillac from Gateway Cadillac. Check it out as we move closer to the $100,000 milestone of money raised on the show. Because you know this, if it's Sunday night, it's time for the Hole in One Show. Welcome back, everybody. It's now time for FCC Club Confidential. I was out on the par 3 yesterday trying to get some short game work in, and what I've seen early in the season, want to let our members know, walk before you run, not only on your full swing, but also around the green. So take a quick look.
I want to talk about around the green, especially early in the season. On last week's podcast, Andy talked about a situation last year in the U.S. Open qualifying where he had a choice between putting and chipping with a high lofted club. He ended up chipping with a high lofted club because that's what the shot called for, but the game wasn't quite there and there was a flub. So I want to talk about walking before running. Again, it's early in the season. Now, normally this shot right here, this would be a 60-degree shot because I want to take out all of this fairway and control my own destiny with where this ball lands and how it rolls out. But it's late April. Let's walk before we run. Best thing you can do is take a putter. This is very, very manageable. You're obviously going to have to swing it harder, but give it a run up the hill. Now you're in, oh dear. Now in practice, now I have an 8-iron. You can do this in practice and just slowly work your way up to the higher lofted club. This is an 8-iron. Again, more of a sweeping motion. Take the difficulty out of it early in the season. Now I have a pitching wedge. A little bit steeper. We're getting a little bit more confident with the club going through the ground. I'm going to take out a little bit more of the fringe. And it's going to land just before the green and roll out. Okay? Now, our goal is we get to a point where we feel comfortable with this high lofted club and hit this ball short. I was not expecting those to be this good so far. This is just lucky. All right. So now, the 60 degree. We'll see if we have mid-season form quite yet. Not bad. But don't put too much pressure on yourself early in the season to go straight to your high lofted club. Go ahead and start with a putter, 8-iron pitching wedge, work it into your practice. This is the last club you should be using around the greens to start the season, but this is our goal once we get to mid-season form.
Major apologies to Andy Carroll here. I didn't mean to blow you up on that pro tip, but you did say it last week on the pod, so it was just a natural flow.
It was. I look back on it and it's a regret. I think about it way more than I should. That's why I'm going to a new qualifier next week. I'm going to a different location. I'm just going fresh in. Of course, that's close to my hometown and some familiarity there. But love Country Club of Sioux Falls. You're heading back there.
Yeah.
But yeah, higher bounce wedge has been put in the bag since then, so I'll be just fine.
Just ease your way into the season, though. I mean, if you're off the green, put it up there, get it close, give yourself a par look, or if you hit it near the green and 2 on a par 5, give yourself a birdie look. Don't try and be perfect early in the season. Now, no further ado, this is a special segment. This is our boss, day in, day out. This is the glue of the golf shop. Erin Ellert, welcome to the podcast.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you for being here against your will.
I was going to say, did I have a choice?
Yeah, no, you did, but thank you for being here. We have the big Ladies Fashion Show.
We do.
Ladies Fashion Show this Thursday, May 1st. Let's talk about it. Andy, we're going to be emceeing, you and I.
Correct, yep.
But Erin, talk about the Ladies Fashion Show and what the ladies can expect.
Yeah, this will be our 4th year with our fashion show. So we gather family members, employees, anybody that can beg, borrow, and to be our models.
Yes.
And we have new lines from For All, Williams Athletic Club, Colors & Co. We'll have a little Unreal. It's a chance for our ladies to see all the new products that we found out in the PGA show in Florida.
Yeah.
And they get first pick of everything. So after the fashion show, they get to come on over and shop with a glass of wine, and it's a good time.
It is a good time. Now, Andy, the golf shop isn't fully stocked yet because we're holding some of that product back.
Correct. Yeah. So as Erin mentioned, the fashion show is kind of a first look for a lot of our new items coming to the golf shop. We do that because it's one of our big lady events at the club, and the ladies love it. And if we put it out early, people are out of town, so that's an exciting night. And the golf shop's hopping after the ladies fashion show with people buying both male and female clothes and juniors.
Now, is there still time to sign up to participate? Can some of our members still, if they haven't RSVP'd, are there still opportunity?
I believe so. I know the last time I talked with Gabby, we were at 60 ladies.
Nice.
So that's more than we've had before.
Yes.
And so there is probably going to be a cap just because of the space that's allowed with
Speaking of the space, we have a brand new space to use for the Ladies Fashion Show. This is going to be the first member usage of the brand new space in the back.
Excited. I'm very excited to use it. Yep.
Stage is coming in where there's a stage and a microphone. Let's go.
Yes.
Right?
Doesn't get better.
Yeah. So my daughters are walking.
Yes.
Actually, I think my wife is. How many models do we have?
I have about 22 models between ladies, kids, and some of the guys in the golf shop.
Now that's a lot of work, Erin. You put a lot of work into this. You do lookbooks, and you are bringing in you were here yesterday on a Sunday with a couple of models who are going to be wearing stuff. So not only is it taking in all this product, putting it in inventory, but it's also meeting with all the models and making sure that they're wearing things that they're feeling good about. And it's a lot of work. It just hats off to you. So, Erin, how long have you been working at the Fargo Country Club?
5 years now, I believe.
Yeah, before me. Yeah. She's the best. She's the glue.
She's the new. I mean, once Justin Lamp left, Erin's been
the senior.
That's right.
She's got seniority in the shop.
So what is it? I mean, you're these mid-20s guys that are talking about golf all the time. I mean,
Making
how do you
feel really old? It's 100%.
Me
Especially
too. Me too. So what's your, I'm putting you on the spot here. What's your favorite story of working at the Fargo Country Club? You're not prepped for this.
No, I'm not.
All right, let me give you, what's your favorite story of working at the Fargo Country Club? Give Aaron a chance.
Favorite story of working at the Fargo Country Club? That's a good one.
It is a good question.
You know what? I'm gonna go with last year's Three Amigos. It was 44 degrees out and sprinkling rain all day. They were the only people on the golf course. There was no other members playing except for 2 tee times, and we ended up just playing. I think there was like 12 guys playing at once. They were the only people on the golf course. We had pizzas being delivered out to the guys. Guys were drinking white wine out of the bottle, and it was not actually out of the bottle, but it seemed like it at times. But it was the only, I mean, it's a tradition.
Yeah.
And, I had a couple members swing in and even talk about it a couple days ago, and they were like, gosh, that was such a fun day. And so that's probably a core memory.
What do you think, Aaron?
I mean, I really have to go back to our fashion show, but the first one was a lot of fun.
It was.
I mean, we really didn't know what we were doing, but it was a good time. And we even get Milo out there every year.
Yep.
So,
The course dog.
Course dog, he's got a vest this year that just says course dog with our logo on it. We did it last year, and he's might not get Dave Lorenz this time, but he'll walk with somebody because he's a good time.
For sure. My favorite part is just the opportunity to go play the golf course. I played last night 6 holes with Brevin Smith, our second assistant. By the way, Brevin bombs it. Yeah. I told him to give him a shout out on the pod today. Yeah. The ball is going a long way.
Yes. Well, now that we got his apex down from like 240 feet in the air, down to like a reasonable height.
Yeah.
But no, he's put in a lot of work, and he's really hammering it.
So this Thursday is an important date for the Ladies Fashion Show, May 1st, but also it's it's not draft registration. It is sponsored registration. So if you want to sponsor the member guest, you email me at noon on Thursday, May 1st, and you guarantee your spot in the field. We have 25 available. And then the next day, if you want to get in the draft, email me at noon on Friday, May 2nd. And then real quick on the opener, Andy, we keep getting more and more registrations. This is great. We're getting the word out. A brand new tournament to have how many signed up?
As of this morning, we signed up an additional 3. We're up to 28 teams.
What?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's awesome. And we have more room because it's tee times from 9 to 2.
Yep.
Perfect.
So email's been out or call the shop and talk to myself or Brevin or Carter, and we can get you signed up. And it'd be an awesome problem to have a packed tee sheet.
Yeah. This is a great way to start the season. Can't wait to get the first tournament in the book on the tee sheet and have some fun with that. Ladies Fashion Show. Aaron, thanks for being on the.
Thank you for having me.
On the podcast. You're great. You're great. You'll be a return guest.
Oh gosh.
Okay. Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
All right, FCC members. That was FCC Club Confidential. Stay with us after this. It is going to be the trivia winners, and Andy and I are going to play some golf. Hey, Hole in One Show fans, do you want your 2 shots on the show? Well, come on out and qualify. Every year we host qualifiers to see who makes the show, and they are a ton of fun.
Great shot. We have our first shot in the circle.
The qualifying location, dates, and times will be published on August 15th on the show's website, theholeinoneshow.com. We need a hole-in-one on this show, and we'd love for you to be the one to do it. So mark your calendars to join the fun. Check out theholeinoneshow.com and get yourself in the game. Welcome back, everybody. Now it's time for the Go Golf segment, and it is time to crown our trivia question winners. We do have 2 winners because we had a week where no one responded, but then we had a couple of emails and a reply on YouTube. So congratulations to 2 people, Paul LaPlante, who won via the YouTube reply, and Jason Christensen, who won via the email, quick18pod@gmail.com. So these 2 guys both win a dozen golf balls, and thanks for interacting with the show. It was what tournament did Tiger win in 2000 to complete the Grand Slam? And it was
St. Andrews.
That's right.
And at the Open.
That's right. Now, this week's trivia question. The PGA Championship coming up this month is at Quail Hollow. It also hosted the PGA Championship in 2017. What player won their first major at Quail Hollow in 2017? So he is going to be excited to return to the location of his first major championship, and the hint I will give you is he's playing well. How about you?
My hint will be at this location, Kevin Kisner and Chris Stroud were in the final pairing in the 2017, and neither one of them won.
Perfect. Awesome. Well, answer the trivia question by going to quick18pod@gmail.com. Send us an email or comment in the YouTube replies. All right, Andy, we have some serious golf coming up. We are taking a podcast week off next week. 1 month on, take a little rest. And the reason is because I have my U.S. Open local qualifying at Country Club of Sioux Falls next Monday, May 5th. You have a Minnesota Section PGA event on the 5th, and then you have your U.S. Open on the 6th, right?
Correct. Yep.
Where are we playing?
Playing at the Legends Club, Prior Lake, Minnesota. Super close to my house. Played it quite a few times growing up. Haven't seen it a ton as of late, but I don't know. I think you can just kind of go in, and sometimes it's almost good to just kind of go in and say, hey, go post a score. Like, don't overthink it. Hit, especially in a day like, or in an event like that. Yeah. Like, you don't need to go out and shoot 65 to get in there.
No, you don't, but it's tough. We haven't been
day.
really practicing on grass. What have you been doing to prepare?
Trying to play the par 3 course, get off grass. Got out and played 9 holes last week. Played the front 9. But yeah, just trying to, sit at home, feel the putting stroke a little bit.
Yeah.
Because that thing can.
You excited?
Yeah, I'm excited. It's gonna be fun. I think Monday's gonna be really fun. Get a little warm up. Get back into the competitiveness a little bit.
Yeah.
And then be able to go out Tuesday with a little competitiveness under the belt, and just go out there and compete. I think of last year, like, I was not even close. I was still probably a little bit concussed playing last year, but just going out there and just competing, and whether it's a 2.5-foot par putt or a 350-yard downwind drive.
Yeah.
That's the coolest part about golf, is they all mean the same. So
for me, it's practice. Yes, it's practice getting the feel of the ball and everything and around the greens, but it's just the body. Like, I hit some drives for the first time of the year on Saturday at the Early Bird Scramble at Maple River, so you're not really holding back on those drives. So I'm Sunday morning, I'm like, oh my gosh. Went to the course yesterday on Sunday and played 6 holes with Brevin and went to the par 3 too. And I just want to feel good. Like, if I don't play well, fine, but I want to feel good and at least have a chance to play. And so we're going to play a little bit this week down in Arizona. Let's talk about the Grass League. This is really appreciate the support and letting us go down there. That's number one. But we are going to go down and try and play a little fun deal in Tempe.
Yeah. Lighted par 3 course, grass clippings. Something that's super cool. This Grass League that's going on, they've had it going now for, I think, just over a year.
Yep.
And something that I'm excited about. We talked
FCC
about it a while
squad.
ago.
Let's go.
Yeah. So hopefully we can kind of keep what we have had going in the Vegas Pro-Ams. Just keep it going down there and find some good golf. So, 2-person scramble, going to be a blast. No
scramble? I thought it was a best ball.
No, it's scramble. 2-person scramble.
Why did I think it was a best ball?
2-person scramble, no carts.
So happy.
But we have to walk.
What?
Yes, no carts. So I did call Zach Scarprud.
Okay.
So shout out Zach. He's currently he's got a shift at Greyhawk that day, but he's gonna try and see
Travis
if he can work.
McCutcheon, head pro at Greyhawk. We're gonna need a little bring in the reliever. We need Scarp. We need Zach. We need Zach at the clip. Yeah. Right. This is the clip right
That's
here.
the clip.
Grass clip. So we're competing 10:16 right 10:16 a.m. Pacific Standard Time on Wednesday.
Yep.
This is real.
This is real.
This is I'm on the ground for 17 hours.
Yeah.
It is down and back. It is down. Make a couple putts. Come home.
Yeah.
So that'll be fun.
Yeah.
U.S. Open. Now, the fun thing, what I really want to get through the local, not only to compete, but the sectional qualifier is the longest day in golf. It's 36 holes on one day, June 2nd. I always want to get through the local qualifying just to have something to practice for, and look forward to. It'd be a dream to make the U.S. Open, but we're not really practicing and we're busy. But it would be fun to just work towards something that June 2nd, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
That's my motivation to go play well. Go play well next Monday.
Yep. I couldn't agree more. I think just having we are both very busy people, right? And we're at the golf course all day, and sometimes it's easy to be like, hey, I wrapped up a couple meetings, maybe I did a fitting or you were in a board meeting or whatever it might be, and it'd be like, all right, let's go home, right? Like, you don't really get a lot of time to practice until you have something like U.S. Open qualifying that you're prepping for, or our Grass League event where you're out on a Sunday playing a couple holes, trying to get the game ready. So to answer your question, yes, 100% agree. I've never made it to the sectionals, but something that I'm working towards.
When you do, you're one day away from the show.
Yeah,
you're one day away from the
3
show.
good rounds.
Wouldn't that be fun?
3 good rounds.
Yeah, and I'm going to play. I have a focus personally. Play a bunch of golf this year at the club with members. I haven't been able to do that as much as I wanted to the last couple of years, but definitely going to do that this year. And I know you enjoy getting out and playing with members too.
Yeah, it's good. I get members reaching out very frequently asking to go play, and some days it works and some days it doesn't, but it's always fun to get out there. And that's a big thing that the USGA is pushing, is like your pros should play. Like that's if they're the ones teaching you and doing all this, like they should also be able to go out and play and play some good golf. So looking forward to it.
All right, let's go play some golf. Let's go make some plays, as we like to say. We still need to get playmaker hats.
I know. Hey, quick question for when we're talking now, it's a scramble, right? So
yeah,
that's
I'm
new to
feeling
you.
way better about
So
this.
I'm thinking
way better.
I'm thinking left.
What's our order?
I'm thinking right pins. I go first, being a natural straight ball, little tight draw iron player.
Yeah,
and then so I'll go first on the right pins, and then you can hit the cut in there, and then anything left side.
I love it.
You go first, peel it off the flag,
center of the green,
center of the green, and then I can pull the draw on.
So real quick for our listeners. You will never go wrong hitting at the center of the green on a par 3. Ever. 3 is a really good score. Now, obviously, we're going to need to make some putts in this deal. But I don't dislike the middle of the green every single time from the first hitter. Right?
Correct.
That should be our goal.
That's why this year, a couple random Tuesdays.
Oh, I love this idea. Yes.
And men's days.
Yes.
There will be one day during the ladies' day event, and then one day during the summer for a men's day event, without the players knowing, there will be no pins in the cups. The reason for this is
you're a brave man. You're a brave man.
You know what? We're gonna try it, and if the members hate it, we'll call it good.
Yeah.
But I would not be surprised if we have 5 or more people come in and say, "I shot my career best today."
Yep.
Because I wasn't aiming at 6 off the right and 6 off the back pins.
Yeah.
They just hit at the middle of the green. And let's be honest, outside of number 4 at FCC, there's not that many massive
big
greens.
No, just hit the green.
You hit the middle of the green, you've got 20
hit the green
feet.
on 12.
Yeah, hit the
You're
green
good.
on 12. You have middle of the green.
Yeah.
You
I
have
love it.
at most, 13 feet?
We got to get behind that. We got to get it on the calendar.
Yeah.
No pin.
No pin
No pin
Tuesday.
day.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no pin day.
Love it.
Be a blast.
Love it. All right, folks, thanks for being with us on this first 4 episodes of the Quick 18 podcast. We're going to take a break next week and go compete ourselves, and we'll be back May 12th. Thanks for being with us.